So we can say you worked as independently. You doesn't need anyone who can need it for you for your help.
Yeah, yeah, I can work.
Okay, got it. Got it. Thank you for the details. Regarding with the interview, so do you know the about what is event loop and their components? How basically it work?
Yeah, yeah. So event loop is a mechanism in the Node.js or JavaScript. So where we can means the event loop mechanism to run the to run the code is asynchronous. So
Hmm.
if we pass any if we pass any function or the code, so it cannot wait for another code. So it will run as a asynchronous way.
Okay.
So it will not wait for another line by line code, because
Hmm.
JavaScript is a single thread, so it will run as a line by line.
Okay.
So event loop is a mechanism there it can run asynchronous way. It
Okay.
cannot wait for another task on another, so it can run a synchronous way. So
So Mhm.
in the
Mhm.
event loop, yeah. Mhm.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
In the event loop there is a one call stack. So where in the call stack, uh, the function can means register or pop in the call stack in the global execution context. So there is a one scenario is also there,
Mhm.
call task queue, or we
Yeah.
can say callback queue. So there we can all the function are registered in the callback queue. So
Mhm.
event loop does check the event loop check the call stack. If the
Mhm.
call stack is empty, so it can go to the callback queue and take the functions from the call stack, callback queue to the call stack. So
Okay.
in the callback queue there are the mechanisms micro task queue. So
Mhm.
and there is a one it is a priority to it is a set the priority is set in this mechanism, so which task can run.
Okay. So for an example, if we have a Node.js program
Mhm.
and that particular program have some we can say two or three console.log, we
Mhm.
have set timeout functions and we have promises. So then in that case, whenever we execute that program, so which kind of code will goes to the priority queue?
So first it will run the console.log, all the
Okay.
console.log. Okay.
Mhm.
And then it will run uh, the promises, and after it's set timeout.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. Uh, like I'm assuming that you are very much familiar with the callbacks, promises, and async and await. So my question is that when we have a callback, why we need the promises, and when we have promises, why we need the async and await?
Okay, when we have a callback, why we
Hmm.
need
Promises.
sorry, promises, and if we have a promises, then why we need async await.
Async. Yes.
Okay. So callback, when we are using the callback function is a function we can pass one function as an argument in another function. So
Hmm.
it will run after execution of that function. Okay. So
Okay.
when we using the nested function, one callback in another callback in another inside function to inside function. Okay. So
Mhm.
I can say it's a nested callback. So
Yes.
it will create uh, a developer to manage the things, to read the code, uh, to handle the error.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So we can say it will create a callback hell. Okay.
Okay.
So that's why we are using a promises.
Okay. And why we need async
And
and await?
yeah. So when we are using the promises, so in the promises, uh, it it will better, it will good from the callback. But
Hmm.
there's a one problem. So when we are using the promises, so create the chain of the then or then or error. Okay.
Okay.
So if we have a multiple promises, so it will also create a problem to handle the error or to handle the response. So
Okay.
so 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 we are using now we are using the most effective way,
Mhm.
the async await. Okay. So
Okay.
it will look like just like a synchronous code, and
Mhm.
it will run promises. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Um, do you know about the Redis?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So please let me know what is Redis and how basically what is the main role of the Redis?
Redis, Redis, the means we can use this Redis. Yeah, Redis is the cache system, so we can update the value in the key value pair. Okay, we
Okay.
can we can we can manage means update the value in key value pair. So
Mhm.
it is a in memory storage. So
Okay.
it will save in the RAM. So RAM is faster than our database if we are using the NoSQL or MySQL. But
Mhm.
so we can save the data with the using of Redis. So
Uh-huh.
uh, so it is faster, means it's a millisecond. It can get the data from the Redis. Or it is also beneficial, suppose if we are using any query. Okay.
Mhm.
So it will process the query and then execute the query
Mhm.
and there will also the network call in the
Mhm.
database. So
Mhm.
it will slow. So we can check the condition if
Mhm.
the data is data data is we can check the condition that if the data is in Redis, so we can
Mhm.
get the data from the Redis, and otherwise we will get the data from the database, and we can update the value, updated data from the database in the Redis.
Okay. Got it. And what kind of authentication mainly you have worked like passport, JWT, like that?
I worked on the JWT.
So can you please let me know how JWT generate the token? What kind of parameters it requires?
Yeah, JWT, JWT, yeah. JWT requires uh, the secret key. So the secret key, and there are three parameters uh, in the JWT. One is a header, one is a payload, and one is a secret key. Okay. So
Okay.
in the payload, we can update the value just like user ID or user profile. We can save
Mhm.
it in the JWT. Okay.
Mhm.
Uh, in the header, we can set the expiration time. So
Mhm.
when it will expire. Okay. And there's the one secret key. So
Okay.
for the authentication, we can use that token. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. And like, do you know about event-driven programming?
Sorry.
Event-driven programming. Do you know
Yeah.
about it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, and do you know about the hosting?
Yeah.
Uh, please let me know.
Hosting is a concept. Hosting is a concept in the JavaScript where the variables and the functions are hosted or just declared in the top. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
So if we use that variable or function, so Mm, so if suppose if we declare the variable, okay, suppose where a is equal to 10. So
Mhm.
if we console that log, if we accept that variable on the top, so it will give the undefined. It will not give an error, a reference error. It will give the error of undefined. But
Mhm.
if we create a function and then we can call in the top, so it will call the function, because due to the hosting can means hosting hosting is the mechanism concept there, the variable and the function. I already told you that this concept it declared at the top of the uh, code. Yeah.
Okay. And basically, do you know why we need the hosting? What is the advantage for that?
Hosting hosting is uh, hosting is need to means to uh, uh, is the concept where we oh sorry, I'm getting. So for the code readability, or for the due to the some, if suppose oh, there's a concept. oh,
No worry. If you.
yeah, I one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, no, not an issue. And do you know the difference between next thick and set immediate?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, please.
So next is just both both are the functions. Will call the callback functions.
Mhm.
Next click function is there are difference between these two functions based on the uh, priority, or where we when we can call when this function will call. Okay, so
Mhm.
next click function is called just before the IO operations, or I can say just before the callback function. Okay,
Mhm.
IO function, but the set immediate function call after the execution of the IO operation. Means I can IO means the HTTP request, or file request.
Mm, do you know about the two-way data binding?
Yes, yes, to the bad. Yeah.
Mhm.
So today data binding is a mechanism in the Angular. So where where the if where if the data update in the model. Okay,
Mhm.
so it will automatically update the view.
Okay.
Okay, when the view updated, it will automatically update the also the model. Okay,
Okay.
so it is two-way. Means you can say model to view, view
Mhm.
to model. Suppose if we have a input field in the front end, and we are typing something,
Mhm.
and we have just we are using that the value in the label or something. So if we type anything in the text box, so it will automatically get the value from the text box.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the value we are getting the means updating the variables means
Mhm.
model. Okay,
Mhm.
and the value we are getting in the view means in the HTML. So yeah, there are two.
Okay. Okay. And did you get a chance to look at the lazy loading as well?
Yeah.
Mhm. So, how basically it work? Like lazy loading, what is the advantage for that? How we can achieve lazy loading in our application?
So lazy loading is also the concept to means to fast the performance of the application.
Mhm.
Okay, so it will fetch data, or we can say it will get the data without uh, suppose if we have multiple component. Okay, so
Mhm.
it will fetch that it will fetch data without uh, waiting for another component. If we have multiple component, if the component is less performance.
Mhm.
Okay, so uh, so it will get data. uh, yeah, it will get data with the lazy loading. So in the lazy loading, there are there's a library. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
there's a library OC lazy load, or also we can use the state router or state provider or route provider. So with
Okay.
the help of this, we can use the lazy loading. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
so suppose uh, now,
And like, do you know the difference between map and for each?
yeah.
Yeah, please.
So both functions are used to iterate the array. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
to iterate the array. So this to iterate the array. So the map function, it will return the new array. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
with the iteration with the suppose we are passing the array, so it will give the array with the modified value. So we can modify that array or something. If we suppose if we I can example provide an example. Suppose if we want to multiply or add something in the array, so we can use the map function.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it will give the new array with the modified value. But the
Okay.
for each will not return anything, but
Mm-hmm.
it will it will it is used to it is used to side effect or the array. It will create a new array with the we can create a new array, but
Mm-hmm.
for the customize the things. It will not
Okay.
return anything. Okay,
Okay.
it will
Okay.
not modify that array.
Mm.
We can modify, but we have to customize that array and according to the array.
Okay. And like, what are the dependency injections?
Yeah, dependency injection and the Angular dependency injection in the Angular. So it it is so the services and the functions and all the means we can inject in the
Mm-hmm.
controller or in the filters. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
it will uh, it we can inject that services in the controller. Like I can provide the example. There are means there are inbuilt inject, I can say, a scope and HTTP. When we create the controller, we can pass the scope and HTTP variable. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is the inbuilt we can inject. So we can also inject our custom services into the controller. We can create our services and then can inject in the controller. Okay, so
Okay.
all the component means, I can say, all the components we can uh, uh, functions and services we can inject into a controller or directives, yeah, in the component.
Okay. Okay. And like, with the database, what kind of database you have worked normally?
I worked MongoDB and MySQL both.
Okay. So, like in MongoDB, like how you manage the relationship?
Relationship.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, suppose we have a two collection. So we can take one field. Suppose I have a two collection, user and post. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
if we take the reference in the post collection with the user, so we can take the user post as a field. Okay, and we can take the mongoose dot we can use the mongoose mongoose dot schema dot type and dot object. Then we can reference that user, refer user. Okay,
Okay.
so it will automatically refer that user collection. Then also, if we when we fetch this value, so suppose we are fetching the post data. Okay, so we can just pass that dot populate and pass the user collection name and the field which we need. Suppose user first name, last name, or something, we can pass in the populate function as a second argument.
Okay. Okay. And in MongoDB, we have two kind of method. Like one we use the create function, and another we have save function.
Yeah, yeah,
You know the difference between both of them?
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So create function create both functions are using to insert the data insert the data in the collection. Okay,
Okay.
so in the create, uh, we can create the yeah, collection, insert the collection. Okay,
Mhm.
without using the means I can say, of the instance of the class. Okay, so we
Mhm.
can directly pass the value, pass the uh, pa- uh, pass the value with the object, means with the object, JSON object, you can say the key and value pair. So it will insert the data in the collection. But when we are using the save function, so it will first we have to create an instance of that class. Okay,
Mhm.
so then it will save in the collection.
Okay.
And the collection, the save also return the means collection data which we have insert. Okay,
Mm.
and one thing, it is means, because we are passing the because we are passing the instance of the class with the instance of the class with the data, so it is slow than create function, but it is
Sorry.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, Tafsir, I'm done with my question. Do you have any kind of question from me?